Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for the third episode of our new Factorio playthrough. In the previous episode we established the military science and as a result we have many things to research today. I'm already doing the most important next step, which is going to be the oil processing. In the meantime, I would suggest we're gonna eradicate the one or other biter nest and try to discover what's all around here. Let's also check out the pollution. Yeah, it's not too shabby. We do have a little bit of time before everything gets out of control. I have a couple of grenades and magazines, however, I think I wanna freshen up on that a little bit, so we are picking up some things here. It is now also time to get a car going. Yeah, I would like to use that in terms of exploration and then, trains. We can soon do trains already. This time around, I also want to get a little bit more into defender robots. I want to test those guys out, so let's just keep on researching, but the car is going to be definitely useful. With our current researches, they actually take a little bit longer than we do in order to produce them, so we could either go ahead and expand this, which I believe is what I'm doing. Yeah, let me just create a second row of labs. This way we will have too many labs. But in my opinion, it's better to have too many than too few because we want to use up the amount of science packs we're producing. And so all we have to do is daisy chain 2 of them, get those power poles in the joint, and we are golden. I think we just finished researching the car, which means I can create a car. We just need some engine units, which I think I can craft too. Yeah, we just need to grab some steel. Steel, of course, we have over here. We are producing quite a bit of it. Now the engine unit can only be crafted inside of an assembling machine, so let's go ahead and do that right there. We discovered the defender robots, so we want to give this some steel, iron gear wheels and a couple of pipes. And I think in total we're gonna need around 200 pipes, right? Yeah, we want to fill this up, but there we go. This is now crafting ahead, and whenever I need a couple of engine units manually, I can use them from here. Stronger explosives would be great. Follower robot count, I take that. Physical projectile damage, yes, give me also shooting speed. There we go, that's what I'm talking about. Many laboratories already in use. Looks like right now we are using them up a little bit quicker than we can produce, at least the red signs. But yeah, generally that is a good thing. There we go. 8 engines, which means I can already make my car. We should also have some coal for fuel. We can even use the wood, I would say. But we want to plot this down right here, fill it up with the fuel. Ah, look at that. We could even give it a machine gun if we wanted. However, the machine gun functionality isn't important to me. I just want to use it in order to get to the biter nests much quicker. And this is exactly what's happening here. Also, check this out. Here is our oil source. It is actually really close, so that's what we're gonna tap into next. I'm gonna go ahead and explore the biter nests nearby. Also, I should have looked into the drones already. We can build 15 defender capsules, and then how many can I have? If I just plot this here. Yeah, they're following me. It's so funny that I've never used them actually. Holy cow, they do make an annoying sound. Can I also pick them up again? Oh, there we go. Now they're at least doing something. Ah, not too shabby actually. So I can focus on other things while they take out the critters. That's nice. Ah, and they die over time. So it's a time limit. Okay, time limit is out. Okay, I gotta say, this is really interesting. Let's just add like 4 of them and then we're gonna take out the nest and I can focus shooting on the spawning points. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna take a grenade and launch that over here so I don't get bombarded by the freaking worm. Ah, this is really useful. And I can even shoot at the same... Yeah, I can shoot and throw grenades at the same time. Even better. Alright then, let's keep going. There's another copper deposit. This is good. There are 2 more nests right here that I would like to take out. So 1, 2, 3, 4 should be good. And we are going for it. Give me grenades and I'm gonna throw them over here. Oh. Just gotta be careful that I don't get spit at. Yes, and if I'm lucky, I can use the defender drones to take out the other nest here as well. So convenient, I don't have to focus that much now on eliminating all the critters as the drones are doing it for me. Wonderful. It was just enough time to actually take everyone out. Where is my car though? Yeah, that's gonna be another issue. I'm always gonna lose it. Okay, with that out of the way, I would say it's slowly but surely time to tap into the oil resource, and we're gonna go for the next science pack. Why the heck not? And slowly but surely we also have to install a mall. And we definitely have to get into explosives so we can take out the freaking cliffs. Those are gonna be annoying, but I believe I still have enough space in order to add at least the blue science pack in today's episode. Alrighty, it is now time to tap into the oil spots over here. We're gonna build a couple of pump jacks. And if I'm not mistaken, yeah, we also unlocked the big electric poles. Those are gonna be useful to bring power along a long distance. But yeah, here we have our pump jacks and the oil spots are actually marked. So not too many spots in this one just yet. It's only really 6 spots here. I'm also gonna get rid of the trees and then we wanna combine them all into one pipeline. And we can do this in any way, shape or form we like. For instance, like so. I need a bunch of straight pipes too. And well, you look at that, we already unlocked the train, so that's going to be useful. That means we can go ahead and already think about how we want to do the train design this time around. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get this finished, connected. This way, all of those machines should be connected together and I can bring the oil wherever I need. Of course, I also want to make sure everything has the necessary power, and we're gonna connect it using the big power poles. Said and done, the power is hooked up and we can now see the oil rigs going for it. All we want is to continue the pipeline now. There we go. I brought it all the way to here for now. I think I want to set up my oil spot here on the left side and then whatever we need to use it for goes on the right side. So maybe we first have to think about our initial setup. We're definitely going to use some oil refineries. Maybe let's add 2 and already come up with an expandable design. Let's say the input is coming from the bottom and we want to leave just enough space. Well, maybe more than enough space. Let me add that here. I mean, this is only our beginning factory, right? We want things to be working as efficiently and fast as possible, but it doesn't necessarily have to be maxed out just yet. If we switch this recipe to produce some petroleum using basic oil, we should then be able to connect those guys together. Give me more pipes, please. We unlocked even more research. I'm gonna unlock everything in terms of explosives, batteries and rails. Yeah, there's still many things to research, obviously. Now we have the oil hooked up to the refinery. All it requires is power, and we're gonna have some petroleum as an output. Yes, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Now, if we wanted to make this expandable, I guess we have to do something like this. Yeah, that might work. And then that and that. Get that pipe hooked up and recipe. Wonderful. As for the output, we want to make sure we only connect the necessary pipes, because as soon as we upgrade this recipe, then we are going to need access to the other 2 outputs as well. Great, now with access to oil and petroleum, we have new possibilities. Let me see. I already made a chemical plant here, and I want to know what kinds of recipes we can make already. Let's see. We have the explosives, some sulfur we can make, and plastic bars. So quite some important ingredients, I would say. So that means if we want more oil, I'm just going to expand towards the left here, and then we're going to have our next item to craft. Maybe it is the sulfur, maybe the batteries. No, I guess first the sulfur. But yeah, you know what I mean. I actually wonder, yeah, look at that. We can already go ahead and research the next science pack. We should focus on that now. I think it makes the most sense to now go ahead and craft some sulfur right there. I want to make sure I leave enough space, so that's probably not enough space. We still have 2 outputs here that I want to cover up. So let's go ahead, build this maybe 2 more blocks up. We need petroleum and water in order to do that. The water I should be able to grab from over here. Let's get another offshore pump going. And I can place that right here, for instance. Let's actually make our way back. So I'm gonna grab the water from here, and we're just gonna make our way over. And there we go. Water is hooked up. We also just researched the chemical science pack. One more thing that is dear to me are the cliff explosives. So that's gonna come next. And we will finally be able to make some more space. Now the question is, how do we conveniently get the petroleum out of here? This definitely could be a tight fit. You know what? I think I'm gonna put this even higher up. Just 1 more block. I think that makes sense. This way we don't risk anything, and then we can use the water to come in here. And if we maybe do something like that, we will be able to grab the petroleum and bring it over here. Yeah, that should be working out. So we want sulfur. Petroleum goes in here and there. We bring this over here like so. Yeah, I think that might just add up without, you know, connecting the pipes all together. So I just want to make sure this also has the necessary power. Connect these poles and we are ready to go. Crafting some sulfur. The sulfur can then be used in the production of explosives or sulfuric acid, which we should both at least get prepared. That means if I extract the sulfur here and then bring it on a belt, we need iron, sulfur and water. I wonder if we could go ahead and do something like that, and then we also need to bring in some iron. So let's say I bring in the iron this way, and then we just do a little loop-de-loop here. And we can do something like that. This is going to allow me to use the iron for even more stuff. And let me see, sulfuric acid, water I can input anywhere. And then all I need is a fast inserter for the sulfuric acid and a long-handed inserter for the other one. But that still doesn't leave me enough space. Unfortunately, that doesn't add up. So I'm gonna use the iron differently. I'm just gonna add it to this belt here. This also means we can bring everything one block down, right? No, that's not gonna combine correctly. Whoops. Okay, something like that will work out. This is going to allow me to bring this one more block back. We're then only gonna use one fast inserter, and this is still allowing me to have a piping system for the water. I'm actually gonna bring this over here, bring my water up there, and now we can connect it. I think that's gonna work out just fine. Power pole here and there, and we should be able to also expand this easily. You also get some sulfur. Yeah, wonderful. And this is coming out as a liquid. We still need the iron. Hold on. Should be easy enough here. We just need to make a little bit of space, and then I want to split off some iron here. Gonna make you jump over there, and this is continuing. And maybe just to be sure we use those guys up evenly, I'm gonna add another splitter, and the copper can just continue. Cliff explosives are also done. We should do modular armor. Let me actually get those rail things out of the way too. Stack inserters. Wow, so many things just in the basic research. I'm always surprised. So the next thing on our crafting list will probably be explosives. However, I don't want to build them on a regular basis. I just want to occasionally have access to them. Let me see. Explosives, what do you require? Just water and then sulfur and coal. What if I add this here? This might actually be much easier than first anticipated. And then I can use an inserter here. And this is bringing in the sulfur, and all we are missing is the coal, which we have some of here a little bit. So we could go over here, for instance, just do a little detour and another inserter there, and we should be golden with that recipe as well. Wonderful. I'm just gonna add those to a chest for the time being. A very simple chest going there, being filled up with explosives. We don't need that many. Now, what is the next step for the cliff explosives? Where are they? They need an empty barrel and grenades. Okay, we're not too far away to actually get those. Though we do need 10 explosives per cliff explosive, which is quite a bit. However, we got that out of the way. Everything is expandable. And so I'm assuming my next step is going to be to get those science packs. Let's see what the recipe is. Advanced circuits and engine units and sulfur. Darn it, forgot about that. This means we have to rearrange the sulfur somewhat, or we could also think about building the contraption here. This might actually not be the worst of ideas. We just need to leave enough space. On the other side, I want to keep this as expandable as possible. So let's just rearrange the sulfur. I wonder how many machines am I gonna need? Because it's just one sulfur. Just one measly piece of sulfur. So technically we would also be good just getting a filter inserter, for instance. Let me build one of those, and then we filter those ingredients out of there. Or can we also use like the splitter? Let me see. So if I add a splitter here, but tell them, no, I can filter items. So let's say I only want the sulfur. Actually, I guess we can just leave it at that. I mean, this is functioning, right? So now technically we can use this output here for the blue science packs, easy peasy. And we only need advanced circuits and sulfur. So plastics is probably gonna be the next ingredient in line. In order to make plastic, we need coal and petroleum. Because we need more coal, I decided to split off a coal vein right here at the source. I also brought over the petroleum here to a different line, so now we have the sulfuric acid and petroleum ready to use for other machines. We are first gonna hook up the petroleum right there. Give me pipes. Now, how do we get the coal over there? One line like so, and the other one needs to go up. So we move over here. Yeah, that's probably gonna work out. And a inserter for you. Is this gonna be enough speed? Barely. So let's maybe exchange this with a fast inserter, but I think a small one is probably gonna do for the output. I'm also already gonna add a second machinery, and we wanna make sure those guys are distributed on one belt. Let's see, I need to move the inserter over, of course, so that I can bring the petroleum along. We then move over here for the time being, and I want to go down probably at this point here. Yeah, let's do it. More belts for Papa. And we're just gonna go ahead and join the minibus right there. And if we observe this for a little bit, looks like we can keep up, but we need faster inserters to get those guys out of there. Within Factory Planner, we now want to check out how to make the blue science pack. And what we want to achieve is 1 per second. I need to switch that and change that again to 1. Come on. So what do we need? 24 assembling machines. We're going to upgrade that. 16, that's okay. We need half a sulfur per second. That is only a fifth of a chemical plant. So we already got that covered. We don't need to add that to the crafting list. However, we're gonna need advanced circuits, and we're also gonna need engine units. And with that, we can see we already need quite a few machines. We have to craft a certain amount of steel plates, gears, and pipes. We also want to craft electronic circuits and copper cables. Everything else we have access to. We now also have access to the module research, which means we can improve our assembling machines if necessary. An upgrade to our armor can't hurt. And now with the capability of building batteries, we should also get into accumulators. This way we can switch from steam to solar already. I'm gonna do the easy thing first, build iron gear wheels and pipes and combine them on a single belt together. We only need 3 machines for that. Could we decrease that? Potentially with a speed module here. Let me see. Yeah, with 2 speed level 1 modules, we could get this down to 1 assembling machine too. And then maybe for the electronic circuits, we are able to use a productivity module, which is going to decrease the amount of assemblers we need for the copper cables. Then copper cable with a speed module is going to bring this down to under 4 machines. Even 1 speed module does the trick. This is good. We should also potentially do this for the other machines. Like, what happens if we add some productivity modules here to the advanced circuits? Yeah, I think for now this is the configuration of modules I want to go with. Productivity modules, very useful. You use less materials for intermediate products, decreasing the amount of machines here at the bottom. And of course, speed modules decreases the amount of machines you require for that specific recipe. And then the efficiency module, just decreasing power usage. Good. As mentioned, let's do the first 2 things, gear wheels and pipes. Right, we're gonna build some gears here. And then on this side, the iron pipes. All we need is some fast inserters in and out, and that should already do the trick because we have access to iron. We then want to go ahead, combine this on a single belt, and we can even be sneaky, go up here and then out there. Now this is for the engine units, and we still need the steel. Necessary steel, we need 8 furnaces. Let's see, we need 9 assemblers, only for the engine units. I'm gonna give this some power right away. We then need enough space to get those out of there, and on the other side, let me see, yeah, probably right there, I want to have my furnace set up. So we're gonna do 8 furnaces like so. We then need to split off some iron, and we're also gonna need access to coal, combine them both here at the bottom. Yeah, this should actually be fairly straightforward. Bring coal there, bring iron here. And all we have to make sure is that the lines still continue. So now just a couple of inserters and we are golden when it comes to the steel necessary for this contraption. We're not going to need more than half a yellow belt, so we're just going to bring this upstairs. We're going to hop over here, and now we have all the materials necessary. Yeah, that should actually add up, no problem. And now we just bring those guys in here using a normal and long-handed inserter. And with that out of the way, we should already be good on that front with the engine units as well. Actually, of course, we still need to export them out of the machines and get them down here on a single belt. Our next step is going to be to produce the advanced circuits, for which we need copper cables and electronic circuits, 2 copper cable machines for 1 electronic circuit machine. This should theoretically also be pretty straightforward. If we, for instance, do something like that, this even lines up. And that, and that. Copper cables on the top row, and then electronic circuits right there. We can easily hook it up to power. Bunch of quick inserters right there. Let's see if one inserter is going to be enough for the machines. With the modules together, it might not. And I'm assuming normal inserters are going to do the trick in order to get them out of there. We'll just have to observe it. Now that we have electronic circuits, we are going to need plastics and a bunch more copper cables. Actually, we might need to extract the copper cables out of the existing machines. Yeah, with our 4 machines, we're producing more than enough for the electronic circuits and the advanced one as well. So maybe if we're lucky, we can sneak more copper cables out of here. And all we have to do is bring them to the other side. Yeah, this might even add up. We're not going to need an entire belt for the copper cables. So we are going to combine those cables together with the electronic circuits. We just expand this a little and there we go. We have them on one single belt ready to use. So we got that and that out of the way. Let's take care of the advanced circuits. 12 assembling machines. And we still need to introduce plastics into the system, which we have over here. Something like this is gonna do the trick. Yeah, this is actually adding up more or less perfectly. And we have our 2 lines together. Let's also give this some copper here at the bottom. Gonna add my splitter here, come down, and that should be good. I totally forgot about the iron required for the electronic circuits. That is a problem. No, actually it's not that much of a problem. We're gonna solve it the same way as we did previously. So we wanna go right here with our 2 iron lines. One for you and the other one would go right there. And now we are also producing the electronic circuits. Wonderful. We're gonna need exactly 12 machines to accomplish this. And in here we're creating the advanced circuits. It takes 6 seconds or longer to craft these circuits. I'm assuming the slow inserters are gonna do the trick. And of course we are also gonna need some long-handed ones for the plastic. We also get those circuits out of there naturally. And with that out of the way, we have access to everything. We just need to bring along sulfur. And thinking about this, because we don't need that much sulfur, we should be able to combine this with our plastic line. You know, I really like the idea of it. Why not? We just need to bring this on the other side of the belt, somewhat like this, and then the sulfur will be brought to our contraption. We grab the electronic circuits as well. I need more materials. Give me gears, some circuits, thank you. And now crafting is much easier again. Now, if I'm not mistaken, we should be able to go ahead and... Wait. I only want sulfur on the right side. So if we do this, then yeah, that should technically work out, right? Yeah, we only get the sulfur, perfect. And then on the other side, it is still only the plastic. Now I can combine these 2 lines here, sulfur and engine units. Let's maybe bring the circuits along first. If we bring them up, this might be an easier combination. And now we join our engine units and we have all the 3 ingredients necessary for the science pack. How many machines did we need? 17. Oh my gosh. Do I have enough space here? I might look at this. Oh my gosh, we have enough space. Let's maybe see how I want to do this. One line goes through here and the other line next to it. Yeah, that should totally work out for the first row. And then we have to make a second row. Oh, no. Stop. We don't want any steel. Could we just go ahead, do something like this and that? I'm gonna make a little change here. I want my military science packs to continue over the coal and stone here first. This is then going to give me a little bit more space to turn things around at this point. So I can do this and I can do that. Wonderful. We then add a second row of machinery. Copy that recipe over. extraction belt here in the center, some inserters, long-handed ones as well. We get the science packs out of there, and then we can do the exact same thing here on the other side. Let me just get those materials. Wait, I need to go beneath that. Yeah, you go here and you go there. Now, technically, I'm lacking one machine according to my plan, but maybe we can change that with how we use the modules. What I want to do now is loop this around and combine it with the military science. Wonderful. And by the way, with access to the advanced electronic circuits, we now have the capability of building the modules, as you can see here. So let me just go ahead, build the appropriate amount of modules I have set up in the factory planner mod, and then we should be able to enjoy the fruits of our labor. Alright, said and done. All the machines now have the specific modules I planned out for them, except here I did a little change, so I get the exact ratio of 1 science per second. If we check out the entire contraption, we can see that for all of the things we are slightly overproducing, except some pipes and steel from the looks of it. But right now I cannot confirm this. We will have to let the machine run for a little longer and see if we truly run out of materials. For now, I'm really happy. We now have red, green, grey and blue science at the ready, and we can do plenty more research. I had to install a bunch more oil refineries because I was not getting enough petroleum. As soon as we can, we will switch to the advanced recipe, which is gonna change all of that as well. For now, to mitigate that, I installed a couple of modules inside the machines that require the petroleum. What we could also do is add a bunch of speed modules to all of these oil deposits. As a matter of fact, this is the last thing we're gonna do for today. We're also gonna install a radar over there. So if we check out this guy producing 8.8 oil per second, and then if we add some speed modules to the mix, let's see what's changed. It's now 12.4, so that is a significant increase in oil we're getting, and definitely worth it even with just the level 1 modules. So before we were producing 82 units of oil. Now let's see with all the modules what's changed. It is now 115 units per second, which is great. So yeah, I would say with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap up today's episode. I sure hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like and or a comment. That would be great. So yeah, have a great time, and hopefully I'm gonna catch you in the next episode. Bye bye.